What's going on, guys? All right, so today I'm kind of excited. Okay, excited for these two toys right here, and that's what I should be. I should feel excited. You should feel excited when you get new toys, right? Like, that's what they're there for. And I am excited for these. I'm not sitting here worried that because of plastic-free packaging that, maybe what's in the box isn't what I wanted, or, is messed up, or whatever it might be. I can see my figures, and it's pretty cool. So I'm excited. But anyway, these are obviously a couple of Invincible figures from the Diamond Select line from the Amazon series. I've got Invincible, I've got Omni-Man. Meant to pick these up actually when they first came out, which I think was, a year ago, maybe, give or take, maybe a little longer, I can't remember. And just didn't, and honestly, I'm kind of glad I waited. I'll go more into that here in just a little bit. But we've got the two figures here, and they're looking all ooey gooey good there in their packaging. Pretty basic stuff here. The package is the same on both of them outside of Omni-Man being on the sides on this one, and it's saying number 2 on that one. And then, of course, on this one, you've got Invincible there on that side. It says number 1 on that one, but the backs of the packages are exactly the same. So, got these two here. Let's go ahead and crack them open and see what we've got inside. Alright, so we've got them out of the package now, but let's look at accessories here real quick first. First up, we'll look at Omni-Man here, and I'm going to be leaving the accessories in the trays and keeping those in the boxes. I don't keep boxes often, but when it's got enough accessories like these two do, I probably tend to save the box. So you can see we've got flight hands here, clawed hands. We got a hand with a baseball mitt, got a hand with a baseball in it. Then, of course, we've got Angry Omni-Man, which is probably the head I'm going to be using for display purposes. I like that Angry Omni-Man look. And then, of course, for Invincible, we've got a few more accessories. So we do got a couple of extra sets of hands there, flying hands, clawed hands. We've got the baseball glove. We've got a baseball over here with a baseball with a flaming kind of trail behind it. And then, of course, we get a big chunk of concrete and rebar there in the package, in addition to getting Invincible's angry face there as well. And so, I don't know, I think I'm going to use the angry face on Omni-Man and the regular face on Invincible. Then, of course, they do come with a couple of stands, but these stands are not equal. This is the stand that comes with Omni-Man, which just plugs into a hole right at his back behind his cape, and it basically just stands him up. That's basically all this stand does. It's just a support stand, which, as you can see, he doesn't need. But then Invincible comes with this thing right here, this much larger, multi-jointed stand that also plugs into his lower back, right back there, and looks like it can get him some flight poses there, which is pretty cool. Would have been nice if both of them came with this, honestly. Although just from opening these guys up, Omni-Man is considerably heavier, and this feels like an okay stand. I don't know if it would hold the weight of Omni-Man, which is a thicker chunk of plastic. I don't know, but either way, they both come with some form of stands and lots of accessories, which is really cool for both of these. So as far as the figures themselves go, they're actually really, really nice. I dig it, a lot. They do have that wonderful kind of animated look to them, slash, comic book look. They look really, really great. We'll look at Omni-Man here first, and really well done. I love the kind of stylized look that they went with. That very much matches up with the, with the animated series. Cape looks great, although this is a very, very stiff cape. Not quite hard plastic like you would get with SH Figuarts or something, but certainly this thing is not really flexible at all. I mean, you can hold him up just by his cape, okay? So it looks good, and certainly it's not done so stylized that it being this kind of harder material is really annoying, but, there it is. If you were looking for soft cape, you're not going to get it here. But other than that, the paint and the detail and everything on the sculpt looks really, really good. Love the head sculpt on this guy. As far as just being accurate to the material there, looks really good. As far as Invincible goes, same thing. I mean, he just looks really, really good. Just a very good sculpt, good, clean paint. Everything looks well done. I'm really digging it. As I'm seeing here, we got a little bit of paint slop right there, a little bit of missing blue paint. So that's something. As
So we got that. Then as far as everything else goes, I mean, it looks pretty good. I mean, all in all, okay, little paint slop there where we're missing a little bit of the bright blue right there on the line of the shoulder. Annoying, but not a deal breaker. All in all, I love the paint. I love the sculpt. I think they did a good job. Head sculpt looks really good as far as accuracy to the character, and I dig it. Now, as far as articulation goes on these guys, these are Diamond Select. So you do have, you know, single jointed knees that go to there. You do have single jointed arms that go to there, and that's, you know, obviously, I know some people, that's a deal breaker for them. He does have thigh swivels here. He does have bicep swivels. He does have the arm, the shoulder joints there that do rotate and come up about that far. And then, of course, he does have a rotation and a little bit of hinge there on his wrist. As far as ankles go, you just have the hinge there on the ankles, nothing else. Which, you know, is kind of Marvel Select style as far as just kind of the way they do things. You know, helps maintain sculpt, but obviously takes a lot from articulation. Then, of course, for these hips on both of these guys, you know, you've got that forward movement there, and then you've got that out movement there, which is just crazy. But that's the articulation that they go with a lot of times. And so, you know, for the sculpt, it looks great. For articulation, you know, ball joint hips would have been better than this. But, you know, I get it. I know I bought many Diamond Select figures. I know how they do things. This is not anything I wasn't expecting as far as articulation goes. Then, of course, you do have that kind of diaphragm joint there at the abs that doesn't really do much. There's not really any forward or back there. You do have the rotation, but it's not great. But, again, I'm not buying Diamond Select stuff for articulation. I'm buying it for the look. I'm buying it for the characters, things I might not be able to get from other places, like, you know, Invincible and Omni Man. And so I understand the whole articulation thing, and I'm willing to accept that. In general, the figures look fantastic. I'm very happy with both of them. I like what we've got here with both these guys. I think they did a great job, very accurate, very good paint. Sculpt looks amazing. I'm happy with them, but of course, you know, when it comes to articulation, these are a little bit of a step back from what most of us are used to with more modern figures. So take that for what you will. But let's go ahead and compare these guys to some other figures and see how they stack up. Alright, so Omni-Man is basically kind of a stand-in in that universe for Superman, so of course we're going to compare him to Superman. So on the left, we've got from McFarlane, we've got black suited Superman with the custom cape, and on the right, also from McFarlane, we've got the Page Punchers, more stylized Superman. Both are currently my two favorite Superman figures that I own for now. We'll see if more comes out, but both being 7-inch scale, just like these Diamond Select, both being this kind of, you know, otherworldly, superhuman creature, thing, person. I think they stack up really, really well with these guys. If for some reason you wanted to do a display where you've got all your Superman or Superman-like characters together, I think they fit in perfectly. So there's a more kind of McFarlane 7-inch scale stuff. We've got some of the Spawn line stuff. So we've got Raven Spawn on the left. We've got Mortal Kombat Spawn on the right, looking pretty good. And Spawn's always kind of a little bigger than other figures, especially some of the more monstrous versions of Spawn, like Raven Spawn. So it makes sense that he's going to be a little bigger, a little beefier, a little taller. Either way, I think the scale works great. And for some other Diamond Select / Marvel Select figures, on the left, we've got Bucky Cap, and on the right, from Pacific Rim, we've got Valor Omega. And lastly, for some 6-inch scale comparisons, we've got the 20th anniversary Captain America on the right and the 80th anniversary Thor on the left. Alright, so as far as price goes on these guys, it's standard Diamond Select / Marvel Select pricing, $33, okay? $32.99 is the going retail for these guys, and you kind of have to make your own decisions as far as whether or not you think that is worth it. These are 7-inch figures with, you know, older articulation. Let's be honest here. Single jointed elbows, single jointed knees. Is it worth kind of an $8 premium over other stuff that's out there on the market right now, like Marvel Select or McFarlane DC Multiverse stuff or whatever it is, that comes in closer to that $25 mark? You know, you have to take that into consideration. Now, one thing you also want to take into consideration is the fact that you're not getting these figures from anybody else. And the sculpt and paint is on point. They do look really, really good outside of kind of an older articulation scheme. So, is that a wash? I don't know. It was for me, certainly, why I picked them up, but might not be for you. Now, if you remember at the beginning of the video, I said I was glad I waited, and that is because as of right now on Amazon, while I'm making this video, these guys are not selling for 33 bucks a piece. They are selling for 25 a piece, $24.95 right now on Amazon, and that's a great price because that puts them right in line with other Marvel Legends or DC Multiverse stuff that is out there right now. And to get these sculpts and this paint in these characters that you can't get anywhere else for that same price point, I think is a fantastic deal. I still think it's a good deal at the original price point myself, because I had already wanted to pick these guys up before they went on sale, but I will admit the sale did kind of spur me on to go ahead and do it. And the other thing you have to take into consideration is at some point season 2 of Invincible is going to come out, and people are going to start looking for these figures again when it is fresh in mind. And when that happens, these guys are going to be not only hard to find, but you're certainly not going to find them for 25 bucks. You probably won't even find them for 33. You'll be looking on the secondary market to pick these guys up. So now is definitely the time to pick these guys up if you've been wanting an Omni-Man or an Invincible, or even some of the other characters that are currently on Amazon right now from this Invincible wave. So yeah, price is good, I think, even at regular retail. Price is great at 25 bucks, and now is definitely the time to pick these figures up. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a great deal, okay? You're getting good sculpts, good paint, characters you can't get anywhere else. Whether you're paying the 25 or the 33, either way, I think it's worth it, and I'm very happy to have these figures. The only downside is the older articulation, and that's a call you have to make for yourself. It doesn't bother me because I'm not going to be putting these guys into crazy poses. I just wanted these characters on my shelf. But for you, that might be a different story, and so you got to make your own call on that one. As far as I'm concerned, very, very happy to have them. I think I got a great deal, and they're at least worth taking a look at. So, all right, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and we will talk to you later.